believe in Joe Hay. Say his name.
Here we go,
and
guys.
he appears.
That's right, baby. We're back. Technical difficulties and all. It's okay. Tuesday night, chilling and chatting, moving and grooving, rocking and rolling, and dare I say, squatting and speaking, guys. We are live and in the building for yet another chill and chat. Let's go show on this Tuesday night, guys. Let's clock in, lock in. Let's get this party started. And hopefully I can bring you guys a little bit of news and insights as to what's going on with the retailers, Iconic Arcade, Basic Fun. We'll see. Not gonna promise anything, guys, but you know I'm always in for a little surprise and whatnot with you guys. But guys, we're gonna have some fun tonight, no doubt about it, guys. We are 1 week closer to Q4. That's right, the madness is going to ensue, and I'm very excited. Each and every week when we meet here on Tuesdays, I get hyped, guys, because I'm excited. We're that much closer, and guys, we're literally, well, I count it like a couple months away now from what should be my number one pick. The Alpha 2 cab will be in this house for a live unboxing with you guys, celebrating, and hopefully we're going to talk about some stuff because hopefully everything is a-okay with that. I'm a little worried, guys. I got to be honest with you, but we have some positive news that can maybe trend in a different look, in a different outlook, in a different direction. We're going to talk about that tonight, guys. Along with Arcade 1-Up news, guys, I want to know kind of what you guys are leaning towards. We're going to talk about everything because it's very interesting. There's a lot of hush now, not a lot of stuff going on, and I want to kind of give a comparison to what Iconic should be doing, and let's say Wonderland Amusements, who's getting it right, instead of just hushing, and we'll talk about that, guys. I promise you guys, we got lots to discuss on this show tonight, guys, so saddle up, get ready. But before we get started with all of that, guys, I just want to give a quick shout out. I want to give a quick hello to each and every one of you guys in the chat. The Be Me is in the building. Let's go. Thank you so much, man, for being here. We got Dan Z in the house, rocking and rolling as always. Meatball Saucy, save this comment from when we get to the poll question because I want to know what you guys are going to be purchasing this Q4, if you're going to be purchasing anything this holiday season. But thank you, Meatball, for being here. Steve Sale, let's go, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. Vic Vicious, my moderator, let's go, baby. Always show prepping for me on the side. And bring up the movie stuff, too, because I like that topic you brought up. He's got a lot of conspiracy theories that tie into movies, which could end up to Arcade 1-Up re-releases in the deluxe format. So we're going to see what's all up with all of that. Julio Hernandez joining the show once again with his infamous movie speech. They thought they got rid of him. They thought he was non-existent. They were wrong. Little did they know. They messed with the wrong guy. Bigger, badder, and better. The CornerCade is ready for chilling and chatting with you guys live on a Tuesday night. Julio, thank you so much, man, for being here. One of my channel members, Calvin Wong, who's always in the building, joining Kato. Let's go, baby. Love it. Prince Vinny, another one of my channel guys. Love you, man. Thank you so much, man, for being here. Jason Little Alien with the classic guys. And not only is Jason the best moderator in the home arcade community, but he is the best moderator in the karate community as well. Back-to-back karate community, home arcade community. You can't stop him, man. This guy is unbelievable. Mr. Crimson, thank you for joining the show. Israel Gaming, Dr. Torque, and Jim the Pacers fan, always here, never miss a show. Just like literally all of you guys literally never miss a show. It's great. Love you guys. Support me since day one. Love it. All you guys are channel members, so I love it. Stupid Fat Hobbit. We'll get to you guys. We'll get to all your questions. I want you guys to re-ask these questions. I'm just saying hi because I'm bringing in Fret Burner. Let's go, baby. J-Rod, Retro X, RTX is in the house. Let's go. Chris Nooner's here. Dude, we just got names coming back to back. Blast for the past. Stock Jock is in the building. I'm rushing through, guys, because I got to call upon somebody, right? I got to call upon somebody. And can I get a yeah? Yeah! Okay, so you say his name and he appears. Let's see if that works, guys.
Say his name and he appears.
All right, I'm going to try. Multicade Paul Mindeman is in the building, baby. Let's go. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Was that an intro or what?
That was pretty good. That's pretty good. I need that more in my life.
Paul, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. Paul, I love your enthusiasm in the chat. I love your pushback. It's beautiful. I love what's going on behind you because you've been like the number. There's been a lot of you guys, but Paul is literally taking the captain's leadership on the extra large size cabinets. And Paul, you made me a believer, because before I was like all deluxe, right? We were fine with it. We moved, it was fine. But I got my hands on an NBA Jam XL, and it kind of changed the way I was thinking. They're bigger, they're better, they're badder, and they got a bigger screen, and they're just that much better. And you're kind of showcasing a lot of them, behind you into the Fast and the Furious. So you can kind of become an XL, the claw machine, same thing with a booster riser. Yeah. But this is your time to shine, man. I mean, if anybody, if you had to have been saving, because honestly, if you like the games, you're pretty much going to add like 8 cabinets in Q4, which is insane. You're going to like double your arcade size.
I can only hope. Yeah, I can only hope. I think I honestly convinced Katie before you, though, right? I mean, I think she was kind of, she was almost there, but.
Yeah, my wife is obviously the better half of me, and she's the smarter half. It's very funny because she was right on a lot of things, guys, like behind the scenes that you guys wouldn't even know. I was wrong on a lot of stuff, and it's okay, but I had optimistical hope, and she was always like that ground, like, dude, what are you doing? And my wife literally looked at her when I rebought the NBA Jam Slim Katie, but I'm like, hey, look, we got to have NBA Jam at least. We don't know if it's going to come out in an XL. But all that chatter, we could definitely talk about all the rumors and speculation. I want to get your ones in the sky, guys. Give it one for Paul Mindeman in the chat. Say hello to him. What's going on? And Paul, you're a channel member of ours, and you're joining the show. Let's go.
I love it.
This is actually your first time at the CornerCade, so I appreciate it, man.
It is, yeah, and we've got some stuff to talk about tonight. I've got some stuff that just came in to me within the last half hour, which is pretty cool.
Well, there you go. We got some breaking news, so we got to give a sounder for that one.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Guys, let's go. Thank you for showing Paul some love in the chat. So, Paul, take it. You got the news. Take it away, man.
Okay, so I've been sort of suggesting, hey, there's more coming with Basic Fun and Iconic, and everybody's like, where is it? We haven't heard anything. We haven't seen anything. Unfortunately, that's still true. But what I do have is a retailer who is not only just somebody interested in the community, but someone who's actually placing the orders. And this is a person that is basically responsible for a lot of what we're going to be seeing, because it's the person writing the checks. So that's pretty interesting. And he's been able to share some things that we haven't heard, at least I haven't heard personally, that's happening behind the scenes. So I have a conversation. I've had a couple conversations with this person, and I'm not saying their name only because they haven't given me permission to do so. I don't think they'd be upset. But it is someone that's been in the community before, was actually on a live stream before. I don't believe on this channel, but Michael B would know who it is. In any event, they're working directly with Basic Fun and Iconic. And I've got some tidbits. If you don't mind bearing with me, I'm gonna just share some of what was sent to me tonight, and then we can maybe chat about what we think about some of that stuff. And maybe I haven't even had time to like take notes or figure out what the highlights are, but I'm just gonna share it, and we can do with it what we will. How about that?
Hey, that's a day in the life of me. I just hit the live button and let it go, and we're just going live with it. So let's do this, man.
So there we go. Maybe you can see what the chat thinks, and if it's all BS, then so be it. But
100%. Chat, are you ready for this? Let's go, baby.
so here we go. And I'm not gonna read it, necessarily word for word, but I'm gonna try to get the highlights here. So first of all, Iconic is in production, 99.9% confident they'll be landing, this fall in time for the holidays. They want to launch another title as well. Nothing is confirmed yet. So there's that. As far as Basic Fun goes, the title will start shipping from China in August. Now, my understanding is stuff from China, I used to be in logistics a little bit. It usually took about 5 weeks. Now, this is back in the 90s, so things might have changed, but you can tack on at least, I'd say, a month and a half to whenever they're starting to ship. So he's saying they're shipping from China in August. So that would put you into mid-September, probably at the earliest. One of the titles is apparently going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And
hold on, time out.
Wait. There's more to that. Don't get too excited.
Okay.
That's actually a title that got pushed into next year. but it is coming. So
Okay, well, it's been confirmed at least.
it's
Which was part of my conversation. We're gonna have to say your piece,
I
and
know.
we'll
And then go back.
rebacktrack the bullet points because there's a
No, I
lot
know.
to handle here. We'll do a little Reddit action here. We'll break it
Right.
all down. So
Yeah,
keep
I gotta
going,
and maybe get some AI help in there too on this one. I don't know. But okay, so Turtles is happening, but it's not happening until the first half of next year. So just kind of put that on your back burner radar. Everything else is going to land in time for Christmas, this person said. So I'm kind of like, everything else, what does that mean? Because I mean, we've seen little bits and pieces, and again, we're still talking about basic fun now. And he's going to double check on some of the like sizes and models, but here are some of the titles specifically. Now we know about WWE. Okay, that's one that he confirmed. We know about Centipede. We've heard, but I don't know if this is confirmed, but Star Wars is happening. So we got WWE, Centipede, and Star Wars, and he said those will be in counter and deluxe sizes. Now, as far as larger sizes, like XL type sizes, I think that's the Supreme they're talking about. He can't comment on those specifically because he's not handling the actual purchasing of those. Those would be club exclusives. So anything in that larger size would be something that like a Sam's, a Costco, a BJ's, they would be handling that directly. Now he's implied to me that that is happening, but he doesn't have insight, nor would he be comfortable sharing that. He said it, even if he did have it, because it's not his store. But he doesn't know specifically what they might have on order. But anything in that larger XL or Supreme size will be a club exclusive. The challenge is because he said they have to provide basically a 20% value above any other offering at a traditional store. So think of it like this. If you've got a deluxe that you're selling wherever, at Best Buy, they have to, the club store basically says, we want that product, but a 20% better value that we can give to our customers versus what you're selling at Best Buy. The XLs inherently offer that 20% better value because they're bigger screens. Typically, you might have better, bigger speakers. You're going to have a coin door. You're going to have, bigger side art. So they're offering more value all around, but that limits them to the club stores. So at this point, basically, if you're looking for your XLs, they will probably happen, but they'll probably be exclusive to club stores, whereas deluxes and CornerCades are going to be available online, which should be interesting because this happens to be an online retailer. So let me give you some more data. He says definitely landing in time for Christmas. So that's another confirmation. It's got active orders in. I'm just kind of running through here, making sure I don't miss any details. Still talking about club stores.
Yeah, well, you're looking at that. So, well, this is great, exciting news. But obviously, we kind of speculated. Hey, look, we got to hear something. This is what I kind of predicted. And that's why I always say we got to hear something in August. And that's what kind of my sources have been kind of saying in the background. Like, hey, look, Basic Fun's gonna let you know something in August, whether it be the middle or the end. They're gonna come out with some stuff, and this is kind of confirming with what you said, is because they're already on the boat. They're coming over, so it'd be kind of perfect timing. Hey, look, here's what we got, and you can actually pre-order it or purchase it right now. And you'll get it in said couple of weeks or months or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And that would be in time for Q4. And for you guys in the chat, like, you guys got to understand, Q4, and that's why I always say Q4, coming from a retail background, Q4 is make or break for any retailer. No retailer cares about selling on Memorial Day, right? There's Memorial Day sales for appliances. This is go time for toys, right? And this is considered toys, right? Electronics, video games, PS5s, Nintendo Switches, you name it, right? This is the moneymaker. So any company that's going to do anything worth their value is going to put out their best bet and their best products right now is where you're going to see it. Now, I don't like that. I like to sprinkle this out throughout the years. Like, Paul, I'm sure you've heard me say, I wish we got this is back in Arcade 1-Up days where it's just them and just them only.
Yeah.
Do a new title every 3 months. Offer it in Deluxe and XL and keep the momentum and the hype train going all year. Because look, we're going to have this huge spike up and then it's going to be down city for another year, right? Or you might get one thing, right? And that's what's great. At least now there's a little bit more hope because we have so many companies now in the game that, maybe I branch out and get a Wonderland pinball, or maybe, Iconic's doing something else like what you said. Now, let's backtrack here. Let's go from the first bullet point to kind of what you said, and we'll kind of just talk about it a little bit, give some detail, get the chat's opinions and thoughts on it as well.
I've got a little bit more for you too.
Oh, okay. Well, let's
Yeah,
dude,
I'll,
let's
I'll
go,
give you
baby.
I'll give you the whole thing, and then since I have to split at one point to put my kids to bed, I'll let you and the chat handle it. But I'll put it all out there, and you can do with it what you will. But
Yeah.
but I can tell you, so this source placed the order with Iconic back in January, but with Basic Fun, he only did it back in June. So it's relatively recent. But he kind of reiterated that. Well, first of all, he said it's all 100% real. And he reiterated that from a logistics standpoint, the back and forth of like the design and the negotiations because of the tariffs. He said, and I'll quote this part directly. He said, "I don't think most folks realize how insanely impressive it is that they both made it through all of that stuff and are in production. In other words, that the companies themselves didn't just bail and say, you know what, we don't have enough profit margin, we don't have whatever to do this. They basically are still all in, and it's happening, and it's real." This guy said he's been doing it since 2016, and this has been by far the most challenging year he has seen. And he didn't even mention, like other challenges that we can't really talk about, but some of it we kind of know behind the scenes stuff that's happened. Stuff with Arcade 1-Up, et cetera. But, he basically wanted the community to know, like, he talks to his guy at Basic Fun, like, every day. They're in constant communication. It's constantly happening. And he's on with Iconic every week, he said. They're in the Netherlands. I guess that's where they're based. I don't think I even knew that. So that's where he's communicating with them. But, and he's got some other projects going with Iconic that I can't even really talk about yet. Not even completely in the home arcade line. So they're expanding. They're doing even more. But there's going to be more to come. And to your point, and then I'll stop talking here. But to your point, it's not going to be just the holidays, I think, from here on out, because we've already got some products that they wanted to release for the holiday. Am I frozen? Like I'm
frozen. You're frozen, but it's okay. You can keep talking. Okay. We can hear you.
All right. I got the resolution up too high. My kids are streaming, videos. So
they're live streaming too.
That's always the way. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So in any event, but basically they've got products that are announced, or maybe not officially announced, but that he's sharing that have slid into the early part of next year, and product behind that. So basically what you're going to see is, we'll get some product this season still, which is going to be great, but they've already got product lined up for early next year that they were hoping could happen this year. So I don't think it's going to be like, wait until next August to see anything. It's going to be first half of next year that we're starting to see new stuff. And that's not even counting like Unico. I think they're going to be at IAPA showing stuff. I don't think it's going to be in time for the holidays, but I think it's going to be early next year. So you've got at least 3 brands between Iconic, Basic Fun, and probably Unico that are going to be releasing or perhaps doing pre-sale, whatever, in the first half of next year, more like the schedule we used to see with Arcade 1-Up. So I think the hope is going to start to come back late this year, and by next year, I think we're going to be fully back in business.
Well, that's very exciting. So it sounds at least like we're going to get 3 titles, but, for Christmas coming from Basic Fun. And then, we kind of assume here, and this is a big assumption, but it's an assumption that Iconic is going to try to push out Double Dragon, right? I mean, that's kind of like the obvious one. So they're going to try to do Street Fighter, Double Dragon. Do you think that'll be done before, like, around the holiday time? Or do you think maybe Double Dragon will come early next year?
Yeah, I think that's the one I think that's kind of, if it is that title, and I don't have a confirmation of that, I think that's the one that's maybe on the fence. Apparently the order has not necessarily been placed. I kind of jokingly said, hey, get on it, like put that order in,
Yeah.
But I think it's a matter of making sure that this first release goes well. And I think the reason we haven't heard much is because I think they're still trying to, this is going to maybe sound unbelievable, but I think they're still trying to iron out the details. They're trying to get the design right. They're trying to minimize, cost issues and not de-content what they're delivering. They're trying to make sure they deliver everything that they promised, which is basically higher quality. I mean, this contact has told me before, what Iconic is doing is going to clearly be a step above everyone else in terms of quality. It's going to be the closest thing we've seen so far to an actual arcade machine. And basically, Basic Fun is competing more with Arcade 1-Up or where Arcade 1-Up used to be. Iconic will clearly be a step above. The problem now is everything has gone up in price. Tariffs aren't helping, and they can't charge people more, or the community is going to, have a fit. So they have to figure out, how they can reduce their profit margin, cut their own corners without cutting corners with the product, because this is their first release. They got to get it right. They know that, and they can't adjust the price. So they're taking their time to figure it out before it's released. And I think once he's confident that they've got it figured out and everything is, working the way it should, I think that's when that next order is going to happen. But I think he's basically saying, like, I'm just letting them get this first one right, and then another one will follow.
The thing that sucks, though, is like great on the deluxe fans out there, which is huge. But for us, it looks like Paul might have dropped off a little bit. He might want to restart his camera. But what I was thinking is, the XL size is going to kind of suck because, to Paul's point, what he was saying is we're now dependent and hoping that these club stores like a Sam's Club, a Costco are putting through those orders to make sure that we can actually get all of these titles. If we only end up with 1 or 2 or 3, titles and we can't get a Turtles XL, like that's going to be disappointing. But chat, let me know what you think. Oh my God. I mean, that kind of blows up my thumbnail right now. We're going to have to recap this. Iconic Arcade, guys, moderators, recap this for me real quick, guys, in the chat. Let's go. We'll get to your answers here. I mean, that's pretty exciting stuff. It's exciting to hear. Guys, this is, you can't get the smile off my face because the closer we get to it, I'm telling you, it's going to be a snowball effect, which is going to be awesome. And I'm kind of happy that they're kind of splitting this up a little bit, so it's not all in one lump sum. Because, man, that's a lot to spend. Trying to get 5-6 arcades at once. I mean, that's a lot. That's all, and that's why we started the purge in the arcade from our deluxes. We used to have a packed arcade. We sold a lot to kind of save up for this moment. And so Turtles has been confirmed. I wish we had some pictures of it. I know what they were saying down on that podcast at that Toy Fair event that was going on that we recapped on a live stream of ours, is that Turtles 1 and 2, now they said 3, which I think he was referring to like an NES game. So let's say they got 1 and 2 of the arcade game on there, Turtles in Time and the regular Turtles Beat 'em Up, right? Got some NES games, whatever the case may be. But they said Shredder's Revenge as well, which would really, really be cool. And we got Paul back in the building here. Shredder's Revenge on a cabinet would be dope. So Turtles has been confirmed. Just a quick recap. Again, I could keep you here all night. I know you got to tuck your kids in. Just to kind of recap here, just touch on some real soft points. We got new people coming in here. So basic, let's start with Iconic Arcade. That was the first point you started out with. Right. So a shipment has been confirmed. Can we just reiterate for the people that are coming in and whatnot?
Yeah, so basically, Iconic is a 99.9% done deal in terms of living up to what they've promised. Whether or not the actual October date is delivered, I don't know for sure. Now, by the holidays for sure, whatever that, however you take that meaning. But October, I don't know. And that's not to say that they won't. It's just that he wasn't able to personally confirm that it would be October. But that's what everyone's hoping for. And I think with Iconic, there is more in the pipeline. They're actively working on more. Orders haven't necessarily been made yet. I think, again, they're waiting for this first one to get fully delivered to everyone and make sure everything works out well before they place the order for the second one. And I think there's some of that's been the turmoil that we've seen in terms of the community basically saying, hey, we haven't heard much. Some people backing out of pre-orders. We've had some people say, well, I need to see the UI or the finalized art or the control, whatever it is. And they're kind of, just waiting. Unfortunately, that information is just not there because they've been refining the product and trying to figure out how to be able to deliver it at the price they promised. So so that's iconic status. It's still happening. I think for any of the doubters out there, it's just a matter of trying to be as patient as we can be. I mean, I've got money into this product myself, so
you and me both. Which one did you get?
The alpha,
Let's go, alpha
like,
buddies.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like the only new one. I mean, that's been the complaint, right? It's Street Fighter 2 again, but it's, and I kind of agree with Michael B. He made this point last night. Like, they probably would have been better off if they hadn't released a World Warrior style cabinet, because people saw that and instantly said, this is the same product we've seen before, same title.
Yeah,
and it's
you're
like,
not.
well, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and maybe it was just alpha. People would say, "Wow, alpha! We've never had that before," But it's all Street Fighter, and it's like, same thing, whatever.
This is to that show's credit. And the same thing, guys. So it was earth-shattering news when this cab came out. I mean, let's just go back. Look at Justin Washington, 28,000 views. CNN was covering this thing. It was ridiculous, right? There was a reason why it was earth-shattering. It was an XL Dynamo Street Fighter, never been done, right? If Arcade 1-Up would have done this, they probably would still be they would be better off than where they were now. I'm telling you, any company that comes out with a XL size Mortal Kombat, I'm telling you, you can include MK4 or not. It doesn't even matter. Will be just as big of news as this Street Fighter cab was. Because it's new. It's something that's going to blow it out of the water, especially for your modders out there. You now have your midway cab that you can do whatever you want with in an XL size. And that's what the groundbreaking news was. It was something different. And to your point, Paul, if you want to dig in the weeds a little bit, we're getting Alpha 2, Alpha 3, and Third Strike. This is huge, guys. You don't understand. Those were the iconic Street Fighter games. I understand it started with World Warrior, and without World Warrior, nothing else comes up fast. But those are the competitive fighting games. I mean, literally, you could go on Fightcade right now and see like 250 new players to Third Strike. And guys, the game is like 26 years old. That is insane, right? So that's where the bread and butter and the bones of Street Fighter really are, is Alpha 2, Alpha 3, and Third Strike. In my opinion, again, everybody has their own opinion, but that's why I was super hyped. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Like, I get it. Evercade put out their little CounterCade, 7-inch screen. You can keep that. I'm good. I want to play on a big 19-inch. I want to play on an upright cabinet, and that's what's phenomenal about this. So,
and it's unfortunate, to your point, we're not going to see a Mortal Kombat XL simply because Arcade 1-Up still holds the Midway license, and the only place they can sell their XLs, from what we know, what we believe at least, is to Costco. That we believe there's still an exclusivity clause there. So can you see Costco, this sort of quote unquote family friendly store, only selling Mortal Kombat? I would love it. It would sell out the wazoo. I bet they'd break their, or at least come close to their Pac-Man XL record of like 13,000 units. But it's just not going to happen because it's Costco. And I don't think Arcade 1-Up has either the guts or maybe even the talent, if I'm being honest, to sell a semi-controversial title like that.
To your point, man, and I've preached on this for a while. I don't think there's a salesperson in that building that could sell. I mean, they were turned down from a Star Wars XL.
Yeah.
Like I've said this, and jokingly, I'm like, okay, fine, we're just gonna lock the door, order Chinese food in here because nobody's leaving this building until we come to an agreement. And here's why you should get this, right? Like, there's no salesmanship. It's almost like Cyrus just bends over, takes it, whatever you want to order, we'll do it for you guys. It doesn't matter if we released it 700 times, we'll do it a 701st time. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, and he's in a tough spot because they have such financial difficulties too, right?
Yeah, so you have to say yes, right?
Hey guys, I got the check. Well, what's the title? Nobody cares. Nobody. They got the check. That's what it is. That's all. They don't care if they lose half their audience.
They're just trying to sell to the retailer. They don't care about really completing your collection of building out a game room and having diversified titles in your arcade.
It's a short-term
they care
strategy.
About making a profit. Yeah, and that's what's really hurt them at the end of the day. So it's like that quick steroid effect. But so to your point, Alpha and World Warrior confirmed. Now here's the thing too, because pre-orders are sold out. Are they going to reopen those at all?
I didn't get a chance to ask that yet. This was honestly an impromptu conversation before our chat tonight. I just messaged him and was kind of like, hey, people are chatting. Do you want to talk? And I haven't talked to him for a while. So, but fortunately he responded and we had a quick chat. So yeah, there's a lot of details I don't know. But before I have to jump off, I want to make sure for anybody that just joined us, we recap the basic fun stuff too.
Yep.
just because there's maybe even more to talk about there. So we've got the 3 titles that are confirmed as far as what I'm able to gather here for the holidays. The WrestleFest, Centipede, and some version of Star Wars. I don't actually know what that means, if that's anything new versus what Arcade 1-Up did. It'd be great if it was. I don't know that for sure. And we got Countercade and Deluxe form factors with the XL, or Supreme as they call it. That size is reserved for the club stores. I don't know which club stores those are because it's not within this retailer's. They're not buying for the club stores. They're not affiliated with the club stores. He just basically said that's something they're doing directly with those stores. So look for some of that to happen, but I don't know what stores or what titles. But that, honestly, to me, could be the most interesting thing of the entire holidays. Imagine if we saw a Star Wars XL come out of Sam's Club. I mean, that right there is going to be a title that is going to be like flying off the shelves. That would be amazing.
Do you believe personally, when you're talking to your contacts here, that we could see an XL variant, and I think there's been five confirmed cabinets coming from Basic Fun. Would we see an XL variant of that, or we gonna maybe just see an XL Turtles and an XL Pac-Man? That's it. Like they didn't place an order for XL Star Wars, and that's just
I don't know, and I honestly don't even know if they're the same titles. And the reason I say that is because this retailer that I'm talking to, is forthright about the titles that they're working on with Basic Fun. I don't know, and I don't even know if he knows for sure what titles they may or may not be working with for those clubs who may want something completely different. They may not want just the form factor. They might want their own title. So it could be, the John D or whoever happens to be working on licenses with these companies says, sure, I got a contact over here at, wherever. I can get you this, name your license, Data East, whatever. I can get you this title that nobody else has done. I can do a Robotron. I could do a Smash TV. People have been talking about that for years. Nobody's done it. Would you want to do it? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I don't have anything to confirm that. I'm just saying it may not be the titles that we already know about. And that again is very exciting to me because I think there's going to be something, but I don't know what it is.
This sucks because we're still I'm still in the middle. It's like, okay, we got this cool deluxe stuff. Do I take a gamble on getting XL? And a lot of people have said, Danny, just do both. And it's like I might have to. I don't know, right? I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard though, because once you get used to that form factor and you see the bigger screen, you see the more lifelike size, especially, with like Arcade 1-Up at least going down to the slimmer cabinets, actually shorter height now, like we're seeing with the big buck. And it's just like they're scrimping and saving and looking for pennies in the couch cushions with every release, and that's not a great feeling. Like I don't even really want to get behind a company that's doing that. I want to get behind a company that's excited about their new products and making an impression on the community and delivering some of what we actually want. Like that to me is where the excitement is.
And that's why the Street Fighter XXL blew up the way it did, is because there was so much interest in like, man, this is like lifelike. Like this is what it should have been. Like this is exciting. So that's we'll see. I mean, Paul, I could keep you here forever. I really do appreciate you hopping on. You're always welcome. The door's always open for you to swing by, chill and chat with us and the rest of the team here, and just have some fun all the time. So, man, thank you for stopping in, and we'll let you get going. But yeah, for sure. Thank you for dropping that information. That's awesome.
Sure thing. Yeah, I'll hop in the chat when I come back later. But thanks, Danny. It's been fun.
For sure, man. Thank you for stopping by. So guys, what do you think? What are you hearing? What are you feeling? Like, this is super exciting, guys. I want to know your thoughts, feedbacks, and reactions, guys, in the chat. But before we get started with all of that, I got Vic Vicious in the building. And Vic, you're my boy. I got to find this. Let me scroll up here. You're bringing down the house. So let's fucking go. Vic, all this stuff was just thrown at me. I literally asked Paul to come on the show about 30 minutes ago. I was like, Paul, what you got? Come on the show. Let's have some fun. Drops this bombshell, completely throws me off the rails live in the building. I was focused on the topics I was talking about. So, guys, this might be a little bit of an extended show. So if you guys like the CornerCade and you love tuning in, what you do, because that's why you're here, hold on to your butts because we might have an extended show. But Vic Vicious, one of my moderators, coming in with a $5 super chat. $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Vic, for supporting the channel. You always know I appreciate it. He says Deluxe and XL can both live perfectly in harmony. Thanks for the info, Paul. Thank you, Paul, for stopping by. That's true. Maybe we'll have to, man. You know, right when you commit to a size, they reel you back in. Man, that is crazy cool, Vic. Thank you so much, man. What do you think, guys? Are you going to be getting either or? Let me know what you're feeling. And do you feel better about your pre-order from Iconic Arcade? 99.9% happening. I mean, the wheels are in motion, guys. The orders have been placed. This is going down. So very interesting because it's kind of opposite from what I've been hearing behind the scenes. So I'm very excited because I got one foot in with Iconic Arcade in the Alpha 2 cabinet. So I'm very happy with that. And Chris, thank you so much, man, for joining the show. We got another Chris in the building. That's Chris Nooner. It's been here since day one. If there's no chance of a Star Wars XL, I'll be doing the BSA's custom sit down instead. So you can do the Buy Stuff Arcades sit down cabinet. Well, hopefully, keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully there is a fat chance of that happening. We just need to know if the retailers are going to place that order. They got to want it. And we know Costco already passed one time on a Star Wars XL. Now, could the people over at Basic Fun kind of change their mind? Are they more sales driven? Because they are not desperate like Arcade 1-Up. They already know what's going on. Even though they filed for bankruptcy, they know what's going on. They're in the retailers already with toys and puzzles and Lincoln Logs and all that jazz already. So it'd be very interesting to see if maybe the tide gets turned and we finally get that Star Wars XL that a lot of you guys have been coveted for a long time. I know that for a fact. Stupid Fat Hobbit says I bought 13 1-Ups in 2022. God, I miss those days. And you are 100% correct, man. You and me are like in the same boat with this. I miss getting hyped. I miss pre-ordering, even though I didn't want to. I miss getting excited. I miss the unveilings. You know, when we saw Time Crisis, I'm like, holy shit, I want to get that. That is unbelievable. NFL Blitz, I gotta have that. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, oh my God. And guys, this is just, it's those days, it's like been so far. I feel like, you know, back in my day, right, 2 years ago, it's been forever. By the way, speaking of years and being forever, I want to give a quick shout out to myself and the channel and my family. Guys, as of yesterday, we have been on YouTube for 3 years. Let's go, man. That is insane. You always got to do a let's go, so let's give a let's go out.
Go!
Oh, man.
Ooh, yeah!
Can I get a yeah?
Yeah!
There we go, baby. Let's go. So YouTube gave me the notification. They said, CornerCade, you've been on here for 3 years. Let's go. So I thought that was pretty exciting because I didn't realize how far I've actually been on YouTube for. But B Kirby knows exactly what's happening with this one. B Kirby in the house with a $5 super chat. Let's go, man. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. As always, we'll get XLs of almost every cab Basic Fun puts out. Hold on a second. Wait, pause, time out. Throw the flag. Whoa, are you confirming this, kid? What's going on here? He says, we'll get XLs of almost every cab Basic Fun puts out. Basic Fun, let me tell you something. If you're watching, I can find a Pac-Man XL. I can find that on Marketplace. Don't worry about the Pac-Man XL. Everybody that's already wanted that has already gotten that, guys. Focus your attention on the new titles. Trust me on this. Focus your attention on the new titles. Get a Costco and Sam's Club membership, kid. I love how you say kid. I always call him kid and he's older than me. Let's go. Big Kirby, thank you, man, for supporting the channel. That's awesome. This is exciting news. This is an awesome show already. And we haven't even gotten to the beef, guys. But Paul, Multicade Mindeman, coming in and breaking the news, man. Absolutely love it. Dude, this is cool. This is exciting. What do you guys think? I know Dr. Torque's already hyped, one of my channel members. How long we've been waiting for new calves, man. This is awesome news. And I know, Torque, you had a pre-order in for Iconic Arcade, and now you're probably a little bit more satisfied that things are pretty much 99% chance here. Let's go. Vic Vicious says, new titles is a win for everyone. Shredder's Revenge on a TMNT cab would be absolutely dope AF. I do not disagree with you, man. That would be incredible. It's so cool. this is something that John D talked about a long time ago. If you guys don't remember that, I kind of covered it lightly. I said, with there was a new Turtles like arcade coming to Dave and Buster's. They're all like big and weird looking. Not the retro ones, just like new, like kind of like the new NBA Jam that was coming out. Well, they had a Turtles one, and I'm like, man, there's been some talks that like they would do Arcade 1UP would do a re-release of Turtles, but add Shredder's Revenge to it. I know Michael B touched on that as well, and there's some of those rumors. There's some of those rumors. We also heard last year Travis MCP saying, hey, look, this is going to be the year of XL. Well, it's kind of coming to fruition. Everything just got pushed back a year, which is crazy. We heard all these rumors and grumblings, and all of that seemed to be true. Jay Pay says, I hope pre-orders fulfilled for October 14th and store delivery can start November for the holiday season. I can guarantee you that will be the case. If things are already on the boat, guys, I need Jim the Pacers fan and Bill's Retro Gaming Show to be on that port data like white on rice, checking it at 7:30 a.m. every morning like they do, because we should be getting things any day now, whether that be tomorrow or 2 weeks from now. It seems that things are going to be confirmed, and this is going to be very, very exciting. So just hold on to your butts, man. Let's go. The news is coming in hot, and we're very excited for that. So Dr. Torque says, this info certainly makes me feel better about my pre-order in January for Iconic. Yes, that's what we were kind of touching on. Mystery Coder, I love you. I know you always give me shit, but thank you so much, man, for being here and being a good buddy behind the scenes. James Hates Everything's in the building. Let's go, James. You had an awesome show last night with the Michael B. the Game Genie. He says, if it's shipping in August, the UI artwork has already been done. Other ways making the holiday is highly unlikely. So yeah, they gotta kind of have their like shit together, for lack of a better word. Now, touching on James' comment here, and I'll take this off the screen, guys. One thing that I really wish, and again, maybe Iconic took this route to not say anything and kind of go down a different direction here, but one thing I really wish would have happened was that Iconic Arcade would have done more of the Wonderland Amusements approach, right? Wonderland Amusements, where they gave us update after update after email after email. And I get maybe you can't do that, but you got to instill some confidence in your pre-order people. Like, you're kind of giving them the big FU by not doing that. In my opinion, guys, still love what they're doing, and I want them to succeed, right? But you could have sent an email out. Hey, we've updated the marquee. It doesn't look like washed out anymore. Hey, look, the bezel to the monitor isn't, a half an inch off-centered or recessed like what B Kong was breaking down in his video. The gap to the control panel to the bezel has been fixed. We have selected sticks and buttons. These are what they are. We've moved the big red button to the back, whatever the case may be, right? All of that stuff. The UI, right? I mean, I don't really care about the UI, guys. I don't really care about online play either. I just want to play the game. Like, if I can play the game against the computer and easily navigate through the menus, I'm good, right? I'm good. If it's anywhere like Arcade 1UP, we'll be fine with the menu system, right? Or At Games. At Games is a pretty good menu system. We'll be fine, in my opinion. That's not earth-shattering news. But, would it kill you to put out a couple videos or even an email blast? No, it wouldn't. And I think you kind of deserve it to the people that have backed this up since day one, right? I just wish they were a little bit more transparent with that. That's all I gotta say, of that. Really, it's it doesn't. Hey, Julio, he's saying no MK4. Well, hey, look, I'm telling you, I told Paul agreed with me on this one. If anybody comes out with an XL MK, it's gonna become successful. I'm telling you that right now. You don't have to have MK4. You can have it on or have it off. It doesn't matter. All right, let's scroll down here because I'm way behind in the chat. Hey, look at this. Mike MC. He's looking forward to the Arcade 1UP board from Team Encoder. So Mystery Encoder got a little love in the chat. I'm sure there's a lot of people waiting to revive and keep alive their Arcade 1UP pinballs for sure. Vic Vicious is praying that Star Wars is the original design, the Deluxe or XL. Yeah, I think the original design of the regular Star Wars that we saw from Arcade 1UP, would be better than Return of the Jedi or something like that. I can kind of agree. Mike MC wants Robotron. He's begging for it. There's a lot of smoke around Robotron, so maybe there would be a fire. I don't know. Unico. James had some good speculation with Unico. Jay Mason, I believe, over at Unico was a big fan of Robotron. And who knows what other companies could dabble in it. I mean, there's a rumor for Arcade One Up. John D's floating around. He could have Iconic do it. He could have, maybe he's working with somebody else that could do it. You just never know. But I assume that would come out sooner than later. All right, let me scroll down here. Okay, so this might be from before. Paul was saying he couldn't keep up with the chat. Now I get why streamers don't read it at the same time. Paul, you got some experience here. Yeah, we're catching up with the chat. We're catching up, buddy. But I appreciate you coming by. Let's go. Will says, what was the new title? TMNT. TMNT has been confirmed, but it's coming 2026. So maybe in early 2026. It looks like, and Paul seems to be in the chat here, it looks like that we're going to get, correct me if I'm wrong, WrestleFest, Star Wars, and what's and Centipede, and we don't know. That's just deluxe. We don't know if they're going to be XL. Now we've seen, thanks to James Hates Everything, we saw an XL box, but we don't know if there's been a confirmed purchase of an XL to a Sam's Club or a Costco. Maybe it's Centipede, right? Maybe we get the two XLs from Costco this year, Arcade One Up, NBA Jam, and Basic Fun Centipede, and we saw maybe Sam's Club gets the WrestleFest, right? We don't know at this point. It's kind of all up in the air. So we're kind of just hoping, we're kind of just praying, we're moving and grooving here. So let me keep scrolling down. So Jay Pace is one of those ones that he feels better since hearing these rumors. He's feeling a little bit better, which is good. Good news. I mean, I hope that was kind of the point. If we wanted you guys to feel a little bit better, because even I was a little bit worried, man. I'm like, we haven't heard anything. Like, you got to say something, right? Iconic, you got to say something. Hawkade, thank you so much, man, for being here. Let's go. Scrolling on down here. Lots of conversation in the chat. Absolutely love it. One of my most favoritist people is in the chat right now, and he's helping support the channel. So let's get to it, man. Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, a $5 super chat coming in hot. Check your effing phone, Danny. Let's fucking go. Dude, Zeke is fucking hyped. Zeke, thank you for supporting the channel. And I hope you had a wonderful vacation with you and the family. Awesome stuff. It's good to get away. So if he's going to tell me to, oh my God, you are crazy. Ezekiel, I can tell from the floor. I love, guys, when I say I love you guys, like, I love you guys. Half of this stuff would not be possible, what you see behind me, even off camera, without you guys in the community helping me out. I try to give back as much as I can to you guys. I fucking love you guys. You know, Jantry G, one of our viewers here, he's probably in the chat. He's like, Danny, I know you wanted the Midway Golden Tee. I know you want to start the XL Revolution. I got one all the way out in California where I live. It's on clearance, $200 do you want? And I said, yes, it's a no-brainer. Take my money, please. He went in and he shipped it to me. I got Zeke. Zeke, what are you doing, man? He picked this up. So Zeke, you're going to have to come by, man, and we're going to have to put this thing together. I'm blown away. Pac-Man XL to the CornerCade. Oh my God. Let's go, baby. That is unreal. How is it? The condition looks phenomenal. Like, guys, I'm going to try to zoom. I know this is off my phone, but like, there doesn't look like any marks on the kick plate or anything. You know, Zeke, you are the man. I mean, Prince Vinny said it himself. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's go. 3 years on the channel. Let's go, guys. You guys are awesome. Unbelievable, man. I know I got to catch up with the chat. I know we're behind. I'm sorry. This is going to be one hell of a show. We're going into OT, baby. End of the line. Thanks for sharing the info, Paul and Danny. We're going to have to get Paul Mindeman on again. You know, we got to get some new blood in here. We got to get some new fresh blood. I know B Kirby's wanting to join the show. We got to do a giveaway show. But before he does that, he wants to handle you guys with this, with my favorite sounder. B Kirby, are you breaking the news? Are you breaking the news? A $5 super chat coming in hot. When are you gonna let the chat know that you and Paul will be doing a show together pretty soon? Well, fingers crossed, right? I want to bring Paul in for some conversations. It's always fun. I think it'd be cool if Danny from the CornerCade could recruit 3 talented individuals to start a new show, to start a new alliance, to start the Arcade Mafia. That would be a blast. I would have a fun time, but we'll see. It's in talks. Nothing's been confirmed until it's confirmed. B Kirby, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel as always. I love you, kid. I love you. I saw that was your office. I saw you sent me a picture of your office. I saw that. You get the Pac-Man. You get the Pac-Man skateboard on there in the NBA Jam CornerCade. Let's go. Jim, the Pacers fan in the house. Oh, Jim, you got to be on your port data, but make sure you share it in my Discord too, okay? Don't just be exclusive to one Discord, all right? You got to share the love. I got to know the port data too. Jim, thank you so much, man, for being here. All right, Chris Nooner says, tomorrow is pre-order start for all Buy Stuff Store arcades, ALU pedestals, and the Super Sprint off-road kits. Those things look incredible. Buy Stuff let me down with the monitor situation. It is what it is at the end of the day, but that doesn't mean I hate them. Buy Stuff's got an amazing product coming out, but that thing is way too expensive. Buy Stuff, at that point, I'll just go get a real Super Sprint. Like, good God almighty, we got to figure out a way to lower that price on that thing. It is insane. If you could do like the real arcade shape, but just do the bottom too, and just have it come out for like $800 for the whole kit and caboodle, I'm in. When we're talking $1,400 to $2,000, out. It's just way too much money. But for you guys who want to enjoy that, Chris Nooner breaking down a little bit of breaking news for us, so that'd be cool if you are interested in it. Let's go. All right, let's see where we're at. Israel says, it's honestly refreshing not knowing what we're getting into Iconic Arcade until October, like the good old days. And I'm still blown away from the XL Pac-Man here. Guys, this is crazy because we're actually working on expanding the CornerCade right now. That's like a little bit of future news. So if and when we get the more XLs and whatnot, we're expanding a little bit. So that'll be fun to do in a future video. And I plan on doing maybe like a room tour before the madness ensues, so you can kind of see what it used to look like, what it currently looks like, and what it's going to look like with all of this madness that's going to take over. But yeah, Israel, this is going to be a fun time. It's going to be a great time to be alive. There's a lot of cool and exciting products for sure going on. It's nuts. I mean, the chat is blowing up. I absolutely love it. Gamer Fridge says, when is Bad Dudes coming out? We showed a render one time. I was actually a little bit behind the scenes here. I was in talks to try to acquire a Burger Time PCB and encoder board to do a Bad Dudes Dynamo. I had the renders from Ezekiel because I would have done that. That's a new game in the CornerCade, and I love Burger Time, and I think it'd be cool to do something different. So I have a Bad Dudes Deluxe essentially, and then I was gonna have G.I. Joel do the marquee for that. So that would have been something cool and exciting. But since we're moving into XLs, I need to see what's going on with all this mumbo jumbo first. We need to see what we're getting before we start any more projects. So James says, we've seen 2 Supremes for sure. We've seen WWE, so WrestleFest, and the Atari 50th Centipede. Hopefully someone takes the SW Supreme, so the Star Wars Supreme. Yes. Fingers crossed, man. James, fingers crossed. We would love to see the trifecta there. Is getting all 3, because that would be huge for you XL fans, and your deluxe fans. You're gonna be rocking and rolling with all of this, because this is gonna be great. Okay, Paul Mindeman says he's back. So he's back in the chat. He says Supreme XLs are the unknowns for basic fun. They're club exclusives, and I don't have contacts there. Could be net new titles, all we know. And like he touched on when he was on the show here, he said they could order something just we haven't heard of, like an XL Smash TV, right? Or something weird, right? That would be literally insane. That would be literally insane. That'd be really cool. So Super Pappin says, I think one sleeper release could be Guitar Hero. If someone could nab some licenses, no 3/4 or V pins have been able to nab those licenses. There's gotta be some sort of sleeper title for sure. Now, whether it's Guitar Hero, that remains to be seen, but something could be. And unfortunately, the port date is going to spill that over. So that's going to be ridiculous at the very least to see what's going on. All right, let's see where we're at here. Jantry G, I just brought up your name in the chat. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Hey, yeah, how you doing? And we got Hawkcade coming in with one of these, so let's go. Hawkcade with a $5 super chat coming in hot. Speaking about WrestleFest, how about a moment of silence for the immortal Hulk Hogan? Hawkcade, you had to bring the hype down, and I appreciate supporting the channel, but man, oh man, what a turn of events this past week have. And I told you guys, I said somewhere in some Discord, I said, look, this usually happens in threes, guys. It usually happens in threes, and it happened in fours actually. So Hulk Hogan, I mean, you know, he obviously touched all of us who were wrestling fans back in the day. You know, I never met the guy, but man, it's really crazy when you hear the news. When you check your phone and it comes in through the headline, you're just like, what? 71? Like, that's young. Again, wrestling takes a toll on your body, right? Let's be honest here. You know, you don't get that big just through, you know, natural causes. I'm not saying he's doing steroids, but you're taking a lot of wear and tear on your heart, and you're definitely taking 20, 30 years off your life. It's crazy to think that, like, just like that, guys, and we've had this discussion before, just like that, tomorrow's not guaranteed. You know, just like that, you could be gone. So enjoy the time now and just play retro games and have fun with your family and friends and love the one you're with. You know what I mean? Like that, it's unbelievable. And just yesterday, Ryan Sandberg passed away. I'm a huge Cubby fan. That was another one that just slapped me in the face. And I'm like, geez, man, my God, Ryan Sandberg. The dude was like, I think he was like 61, 65 years old. Like, you're in your 60s. You were gonna, a couple years ago, you were a candidate to manage the Cubs. And I think cancer got the best of him, it looked like. I was just like, I got his autograph, you know, a couple autographs on some stuff, and it's just like, man, that sucks, man. That sucks. The whole thing is just, it's terrible. And it's just, Hawkcade, you got me going in a different direction that I didn't want to go. I was on the hype train. But yeah, it sucks, man. It's never good. I've always wanted an NWO black and white shirt. As a kid, I always wanted it. I had a D-Generation X one. I was a huge wrestling fan, guys. Dude, I was the kid that was doing swanton bombs off my dresser onto the floor, like, and I was like, you know, shaking like a fish out of sea. Like, I loved wrestling like no other, man. I'm sure a lot of you guys in the chat does. This is a little retro nostalgia right here, right? So I finally ordered my NWO shirt, and it's coming in hot, and it's a tribute to Hulk Hogan, who really transformed and transcended wrestling with the NWO like no other, man. I mean, that was just huge. It was huge. I learned recently, go back and watch the clip when he leg dropped Macho Man at Bash in the Beach. He actually was so jittery, nervous, and excited that he forgot to wear his wrestling boots, and he actually came to the ring in cowboy boots, which I've always known this. I've always noticed that, but I never understood why. I was just like, okay, maybe it's just like it's 90s, guys. Like, you know, it was different, right? And I found out through these documentaries that I've been watching recently, it's like, oh, it's because he was so nervous, excited, and he forgot to wear his wrestling boots, that he came out in the boots that he was currently wearing, which is hilarious. It'd be like us coming out in sandals or something, right? That's crazy. But I digress, guys. We're going to get back. We're going to get back to the arcade chatter with Paul Miniman. Pac-Man XL is the best arcade one-up ever made. Maybe not the best title, but the best execution, he says. And man, you could be right with that. And Zeke, when are you coming up here? I gotta check the chat here. I gotta catch up to you guys. When are you coming up and delivering this guy? Unbelievable. I gotta get rid of my deluxe now. I had a buyer for that. I gotta recontact them. But dude, this is exciting, man. Because now, guys, listen, I can't get the smile off my face. We are a KI Pro away from really securing going into a strong suit, right? We're one KI Pro away, and I'm liking our chances. We had to say no. We had to say goodbye to NBA Jam XL. I was really sad about that, dude. It sucked. And if Arcade One Up can come out with that, you know, I could sell the one we just picked up on a huge sale. But if they can come up with an XL NBA Jam, now we're rocking and rolling, moving and grooving. That's going to be exciting. Dancer G says that Pac-Man XL is a good one for sure. Well, working on that. We got Jason. Jason, little alien. Let's go, dude. Jason, little alien, you don't have to do anything for me because you do everything for me. You're like a father figure in this home arcade community space. And I can't say that for the karate community space because I'm not there, guys. I'm only in home arcade. But Jason, thank you for gifting 5 CornerCade crew memberships. Thank you so much, man. I got to scroll all the way up here. We're totally behind, and that's okay. This is just going to be one of those shows, guys. We got breaking news that came in courtesy of Paul, Multi-Cade Miniman in the building, dude. So that was a real special treat. And Jason, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel as always. Hey, yo. The bad guy is here, dude. The bad guy, Mike Worley, has graced us with his appearance. Let's go, man. He's getting loud in the chat. I love it. Oh, now, Paul Miniman saying, don't rule out BJ's Wholesale. You think they're going to buy an XL? I don't even have a BJ's Wholesale. I don't even know what. Is that like an Ollie's? Is that like an Ollie's, guys? Let me know in the chat. Is that like an Ollie's? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Vic, we got to get nuts. He said, let's get nuts with all these great movies coming out. And he was referring to this, okay? We got Alien Earth. So could Alien vs. Predator come out? You know, a little movie time. We got Tron coming out. Could they re-release a Tron Deluxe? You know, this is one that Michael B and I have both stated that, look, you got to have the infrastructure already in place. Maybe something you've already done. You're not executing new titles. They already probably paid for development on Alien vs. Predator. And they've already done the same, obviously, with Tron because they came out. So could we see those? Now, Afterburner, tying in with Top Gun, that's a bit of a stretch. Maybe another company could do that. I don't see Arcade 1-Up doing that, but that would be really cool, chat. What do you think? What do you think in the chat here? What do you think? Because that could be some exciting stuff. I don't know. You know, I don't know. But I do think that there's some potential tie-in. Because Arcade 1-Up likes to do that. They like to strike. You know, they just did a tie-in. It's literally available now. The Big Buck Mossy Oak guys, if you didn't see my community post, I'm sure other people are reporting on this as well. It's available. You can buy it right now and get it at like 2 days from now kind of thing. So if you wanted that Big Buck Hunter Mossy Oak edition, which doesn't look that bad. I actually think it's on par with obviously the original. The original's great, but it's not a bad redesign at all. It looks pretty good if you're a Big Buck Hunter fan. I mean, that's what Meatball Saucy says. It's worth it, right? It's worth it. Let's go. Oh, so excited here, guys. This is nuts. Let me go over here. Where did all my stuff go? Well, I'm missing my stuff here. Let's see. Oh, that's why. Oh, it froze. See, this is StreamYard doing its thing. Okay, let's see if we can do this again. So all my media. Oh wait, did my mouse die? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that take the wind out of the sails? I can't scroll down. It won't let me scroll down. My media assets. Oh, great. So we're stuck on this screen. I'm stuck on a different screen, but that's okay because I can play one of these guys. Let's go. Brian, welcome to the party with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, man, for joining the show and supporting the channel, man. Really do appreciate it. What do you think about the news that's happening, man? TMNT confirmed. Michael B's already making a video. James Hates Everything is recording one as we speak. TMNT confirmed by the retailers for early 2026. Now, how early? Do we know Q1? Probably is what I would think, but that's pretty exciting. Yes, Chris, we're getting rid of the bathroom, dude. No, we're getting rid of a closet. We're getting rid of my closet in the old bedroom that I don't use at all. And we can fit 2 XLs in there. So this is going to be really, really cool stuff because I'm thinking about pushing down the pins, pushing the pins down and having a pinball alley, get a little neon sign in there and stuff. There's going to be some cool things, but it would help. I don't know yet. I don't know if that's going to be confirmed. But with this Pac-Man edition, this Pac-Man XL edition, Zeke, let's go, man. This is going to be insane. This is going to be insane. Like, Zeke, I can't wait till this thing comes over here. Let's do it. Oh, you guys are too much. Super Pab, you shut up. The kid's got the biggest room in the house. You guys are crazy. I love you guys. All right, where are we going here? Let's scroll down here. We got PCB talk. I'm trying to catch up with the chat, guys. The mystery encoder's blowing this chat up. I love it. Dude, we got you guys are too much. You guys are awesome. I think I ran out of these. I could replay one maybe. All right, Big Vicious, $2 super chat. Thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. As always, you don't have to do it. Thank you, man. He says he's got a sleeper title. In his honest opinion, it could be Qbert. Guys in the chat, what do you think? A Qbert? Could a Qbert be coming? Wow, Qbert Deluxe or XL, that's coming here no matter what. Mrs. CornerCade would go crazy over that thing. Oh my god. She would go crazy, much like I'm going crazy over this. All right, B Kirby, you did it again. You didn't have to. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. 10 memberships given out from B Kirby, and we're so far behind in the chat. I don't even know if I can see those at all. I got to be honest with you. It's flowing in, and I appreciate it, guys. I would read them out, but I'm so far behind in the chat, I got to keep up. But B Kirby, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. Give them love in the chat to everybody who's supporting, just being here, super chat or not, membership or not. And guys, speaking of memberships, it's 99 cents to join. And listen, if you're a channel member, you saw an exclusive high definition picture of not the corner cat, not the corner kitty, but of Pixel, who has made her home. She made it on top of Golden Axe. And I'm like, honey, you got to get down. She's 2 years old, which I looked up in human years. It's like mid-20s, right? She's 20-year-old, still exploring life. Like, she was crawling on top of all the arcades. And I'm like, sweetheart, you got to get down. You're going to hurt yourself. So I took a picture and then had to save her from that. But B Kirby, thank you so much, man, for supporting the channel. Yeah, Brian, a lot of people got into wrestling from the Hulkster. You know, a lot of people... It's I mean, listen, we're all not here forever, right? But 71, it's just so young. You know, my grandpa is 98, I believe, right? 98. So he's living a very full life, but 71, he just seemed with it. He seemed pretty healthy. But again, that stress on the road all the time, that lifestyle will break you down. Plus training, in-ring work, it literally will. I'm surprised Ric Flair has gone this long. I mean, that man he's like a heart attack walking with his woos and getting so amped and on adrenaline. But literally, it's always that. It's the heart that fails. You're pushing it to the absolute extreme limits when you're in professional wrestling. So, yeah, he was saying it was sad to see Hulk Hogan go, one of the greatest wrestlers of his generation. I think WWE did a really good tribute video. I wanted to play it on the show. I know I get demonetized for that, but it was just an excellent video. I wanted to open up the show with it, but again, I don't want to create any legal battles with. I kind of figured that I wouldn't be able to play it, but yeah, it sucks. Oh, so Gamer Fridge is a Wolfpack in the house. He's a Wolfpack fan. NWO Red and Black. Let's go. The Wolfpack was cool, but NWO Hollywood was where it was at, man. That was where it was for me, for my generation. You know, I loved it. So I can't play any soundboard music at all because I'm frozen in time in this category. So guys, the soundboard is off limits tonight. I know some of you might be happy, but some of you might be sad. Paul Miniman says BJ's is just like a Sam's Club and a Costco, almost identical. Okay, interesting. Can my moderators look up where are these BJ stores located? Do we have any in the Midwest? And am I going to have to travel all sorts of places for a TMNT XL? Am I going to have to travel, guys? That's what I do not want to do. I don't want to travel high and low for an arcade cabinet, right? Let's see. Oh, Gamer Fridge is not a fan of Qbert. Not a fan of Qbert at all. Interesting. Okay, well, you know, to each their own. To each their own. Okay, let's see here. Where are we at? I'm actually... Wait, did I just catch up with the chat? Wait, are we... Oh, no, it just keeps going. Okay, well, awesome. Awesome. Okay. Thanks, Dr. Torque. Pixel is such a beautiful tricolor cat. Yeah, she's orange, black, and white. I don't want to get sidetracked. She's like that cow print, right? All right, just to recap, for you guys that are getting in, for you guys that are coming in, coming out, yes, Kato, Hulkamania, full life, man. Hulkamania rules for sure. Coming in, coming out of the chat. I feel like I've missed something. I feel like, let me scroll through. Did I miss something? No, I don't think so. Let me scroll through. I think YouTube is showing something that I don't see or know. Okay, no. Okay, we're caught up, guys. We're caught up with the chat. Wow, only took an hour. It only took an hour, guys. An hour and 12 minutes to catch up with the chat. Okay, so let's recap real quick, all right? I got a poll question up in the chat. So let's just quick go over this, and we'll talk about what Paul was talking about. What are you going to be purchasing for Q4, guys? What's on the docket? Iconic Arcade and Basic Fun kind of lead that with almost 60% of the voting. Glenn's FU is coming in hot, so a lot of people either want to get the Nintendo style one, or they want to get the multi-cade of multi-cades and be able to swap those control panels in and really get a true, authentic feel of having that real multi-cade to be able to play all of the games that you want. And Arcade 1-Up Deluxes, they might still have something more than just T2 Deluxe. That's all that's kind of been confirmed. And Wonderland Amusements Pinball, which I got some confirmation from Wonderland, they will have their final production unit at the Pinball Expo in Chicago, Illinois, 2025. And yours truly and the missus will be in attendance for that, playing and, of course, hanging out with my boys from Wonderland Amusements. We'll get an interview in. I'll sneak an interview in and kind of ask them some questions while we're playing. My wife and I will get the first chance to play that pinball. It's going to be really, really cool because I've never played that size of a real pin before. So you're going to get my honest feedback, thoughts, and reactions, along as Mrs. CornerCade's for, because she is really the driving force to try to get that pinball in the CornerCade. She's a real big fan of real pinball. But will that Wonderland pin pass the test? She will let you know, brutally honest, if it's a yay or a nay. She will let you know that 110%. Vic Vicious shedding a little light here. Danny, we have a BJ's 20 minutes away here in Ohio. I have one in Virginia Beach when I was stationed out there. I'll get a national list later on. Awesome. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, get that list for us, because I've never been or heard of a BJ's in my life, right? Never heard of that. Chris Nooner's a big Mariners fan. Hopefully the Cubs are winning over the oh no, the Cubs are really choking. Now it's 9-3, and it's the top of the 8th. We're going to lose against the Brewers again. Unbelievable. I'm really not happy about this. We had a commanding lead of first place in the Central for like the whole summer, and now we're literally falling apart. Darren King, thank you so much, man, for being here, chilling and chatting with us on a Tuesday. Guys, if you haven't already, please, I'm reminding you to give this video a like. Really help support the channel. Darren King says the headliners for the first 6 WrestleManias are all basically gone. Piper, Paul Orndorff, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, the Macho Man, and Ultimate Warrior, and you. It's crazy. That is a star-studded list of guys that are gone. Unbelievable. You look at, just the beginning of the New World Order. You got Scott Hall and now Hogan, both gone now. And, there's Kevin Nash, there's Six, there's Eric Bischoff. I've seen a lot of like tribute videos and documentaries now of the NWO, of Hogan. It's unreal, man. It's very sad stuff, dude. Whether you like the guy or not, it sucks, man. Life is on a day-to-day basis, man. Enjoy the ones you with, love the ones you're with, man. Super Fab says, anyone else feeling like At Games hype train for their V pin has dwindled as of late? Came out swinging, now gone down whiffing. Now listen to something. I had some casual chat with some of my friends in Walkabout Mini Golf, which is just so much fun, guys. If you haven't done that already, what are you waiting for? And we kind of agreed. I threw this out there for At Games. At Games, if you're listening, listen, I'm an influence of yours. Here's some influential advice. Make a deluxe multi-cade cabinet for $399. Cut the competition down if possible. Hell, if you have to, go $499. And make this thing capable with Xbox, Steam, you name it. You could play all those games on this said device, right? Like, how cool would that be, right? Something a little bit cheaper, multi-cade, Looks more like an arcade. Get rid of that swan design, please. I don't care if it's original to what you guys think is that's an at games. That's not an arcade. Nobody resonates with that. You need to do this. Hell, that's why Buy Stuff Arcades changed the whole top of the thing, right? This is what I'm saying. Do this. Do a deluxe form factor. And I'm telling you, that will sell. I'm telling you. You have the Microsoft licensing already. Go through and work with them. You got one foot in the door. Just do it. Just say, hey, look, this is our plan. Would you do it? My God, it would be something crazy cool. Have your XL version of that. Do it like your multi-cade now. Redesign it a little bit. Give it a little bit of 2.0. Actually, this case, it would be 3.0 flavor on that. And you guys could be catching some fire. But from what I'm hearing, a lot of things over at Games, it's very interesting. Again, I can't report anything because it's not confirmed, right? But yeah, you're right. They came out the gate swinging, and now momentum has kind of cooled a little bit. I think they're running into some problems with their Zen tables releases and their pinball release packs and all that jazz, and they keep missing the boat. Things keep getting delayed. I mean, at this point, my advice, stop coming out with the scheduling and just take it day by day, man. Love the one you're with, right? Take it day by day, and then we can have a surprise here and there, right? Of tables that are going to come out with great product. I highly, the At Games 4KP was product of the year. It's product of the year for us. That was it's an unbelievable machine, guys. It's great. I play it literally every day. But you could be doing some more, right? You got to sell products. You can't just be a software company. You got to sell hardware too. You got to sell products on your website. This is how iArcade was gone. I will always remember that time, guys. I went to their website and nothing but apparel was on the website. I'm like, iArcade is toast. You can't even buy an arcade on here. You can only buy hats and a t-shirt. 3 months later, they were gone. So you got to sell products. That's what keeps you in business, right? That's what keeps you in business. We're all getting old, you're older tomorrow than you were today, kind of thing, right? There's some wise speech. Mike MC in the building says, I have 0 in At Games Pinball and how they handle their complaints. They suck. They're okay, unofficial. Okay, so pretty sure we're not gonna say that on the show, guys. We're not gonna say that on the show. But their Facebook page is a little censored, right? A little censored, but yeah, that's Mike. Come on, calm down. It's not that bad. Like, come on, dude. They got amazing stuff. They do. Jim the Pacers fan is right. It's a good product. They just need to fine tune some things all over. They got a lot of loose nuts and bolts all over, which we got to tighten up. Okay, we got to tighten this ship up. All right, let's go here. Okay, so that's At Games. So, want to touch on that a little bit. So, getting back to our conversation, guys. Where are we at here? Jeez, the poll is rocking and rolling. It looks like Iconic Arcade and Basic Fun are kind of going to take a running swing at this. And to recap, what we learned from Paul Multicade Mindeman tonight was a lot of cool things. It looks like the wheels are in motion, right? The wheels are in motion. And it looks like those 5 titles that we kind of threw out there was Pac-Man, it was WrestleFest, it was Centipede, it was Star Wars, it was Turtles. It looks like they're all going to come to fruition, at least in Countercade and Deluxe form factors, which is their Ultra form factor, right? No, it's okay, Mike. I love you. It's okay. We don't have to take it to that nth degree. You know what I mean? We don't have to take it to that nth degree. But yeah, so we got that. Now the Supreme, the creme de la creme, which most people are very, very interested in. That XL size, that Supreme size, right? What is going to get bought and what is going to get purchased? Could we get 3 XLs out of that bunch? Could we get all 5? Chad, I want to know what you think. Could we get one from all these wholesalers? This is new territory that we've never been in before. We were used to only getting that arcade 1-up every single time. It was 1 a year. What was it going to be? And now we could have 5. We could very well have 5 coming from Basic Fun. We can have 2 coming from Iconic Arcade and 1 coming from Arcade 1-up. That is incredible. Literally. That will change. This is why we did the XL Revolution, guys. This is why we did this. To recap, I really hope, and it looks like Iconic Arcade is trying to push out a second title. So guys, if you got your pre-orders, don't worry, because not only they'll work on the first one, but they're trying to do a second one as well. And fingers crossed, actually, I kind of hope it is Double Dragon, right? Now, I'll take anything. I'll take anything except for duplicates. We don't want a Pac-Man XL. I already got that. Zeke, I love you. I love you. Let's go, baby. 74. We're getting 74 XLs. Chris, the whole arcade is changing. Oh, man, that's great. I absolutely love it. This is huge, guys. It's huge. So, Double Dragon, Street Fighter, bring it. Just bring it, right? We'll take those titles. Arcade 1-Up, even an XL NBA Jam, I actually would take that. I would be interested in that. Let's be honest here. That would be something cool enough. If it's anything else, we'll see, right? We'll see what happens. You know, in the next, it's a day by day up until this point, guys. Next week's show could be incredibly different than what it is today. We could have news. The show after, in August, guys, this is the month. This is the month where big announcements are going to happen. Things are going to get leaked out. Port data is going to be out there, and the pieces of the puzzle are all going to come together to form what we're going to have our Q4 lineup, which is absolutely exciting. I gotta get a reminder here. Let's see. Let me go to my phone, my beautiful phone here. So what I was touching on with Paul here is one of the things that we wanted to talk about was were there going to be more titles that Basic Fun was coming out with, and it looks like that's kind of, they were mentioned, but they weren't guaranteed. You know, they weren't guaranteed. He says, I think we'll have 4 XL cabs by Christmas. Arcade was a nice breakdown here. Arcade 1-Up at Costco, Basic Fun Centipede and WWE with an Iconic at Costco. But then we'll have Iconic shortly after 2026 as well. Maybe that's a Double Dragon. You know, maybe we get a Turtles and a Double Dragon like kicking off 2026 relatively quickly. You know, yeah, 100%. Vic is like, listen, all you need to know is just save your money and sell what you don't want because the floodgates are about to open. And that's why I did it a couple months early. I should have probably waited a little bit, but you got to strike while the iron's hot. You know what I mean? You got to strike while the iron's hot. There you go. Mystery Encoder, you know, he's always behind the scenes doing stuff with all the PCBs, burning them and doing all this experimental stuff. He says, I'm not interested in Iconic, but I will for sure be trying to mod at least Basic Fun cabs, which is awesome, dude. That's good news for the community because we can get some soft mods and some really, really cool stuff. They do great work over there at Team Encoder, so that's really cool. Yeah, awesome. So Vic Vicious says Double Dragon 100% must happen, but Cuber and Robotron on the back burner. You never know. You never know. That could be happening. That could be happening. So I'm glad at least that we got some of the concerns of Iconic Arcade out the way, guys. You should be happy. 99.9% chance of happening. It's here. It's going to happen. The orders are placed. Let's go. And Iconic is trying to push through with a second title. Now, I do wish that they followed the more approach of Wonderland Amusements and gave us updates, but at the end of the day, we will all forget about that as long as they deliver on a solid product with all of the adjustments made from their prototype that they showed in January. Now, am I disappointed that it was guaranteed to come out in June and it didn't? 100%. I was like kicking the nuts and I laid there on the ground for a little bit, but I picked myself back up and said, listen, we can do this. I got to wait a couple more months, and literally it's only 2 months away from October where this thing is supposed to be delivered. What, October 15th, I think. And again, are you guys ready for the Q4 madness? You know, so let's end the poll, guys. We had 64 votes. I appreciate everybody participating in the poll here, and it says Iconic Arcade pretty much leads us with 56%. Glenn, your cabinet, your FU Build-A-Cade has taken 23%, which is awesome, man. You guys obviously saw he knocked his numbers out of the water. Both shout outs to Glenn and Wonderland Amusements, both 2 very new products to this community and both knocking it out of the water. Clearly there's something there, and this really shows you how bad Arcade 1-Up really fucked up, right? Really fucked up. Is there's always a market for us in this community to buy this stuff, and they just didn't take advantage of it. They took advantage a little bit. They got lightning in a bottle, but they couldn't keep the momentum going, and it's fizzled out. Now, what is our plans, guys? What is our plans? Are we gonna get a couple T2 deluxe cabinets? No, we're not gonna do that. I think Mr. Clutch said that. Where is Mr. Clutch? He's not even in the chat here. He's like a supporter of mine. He's not even in the chat. He jokingly said we were gonna get a couple T2 deluxes, but no, not gonna get that. I will say this, I'll have my eye on it. It's very interesting, but with the XL releases, like that's my first go-to. And this is really like where you got to kind of bridge lines. I know you guys said, hey, look, they can both live in harmony, right? And maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case. I really wanted to go all XL, but maybe that ends up happening. Like you see behind me, there's never going to be a Darkstalker. Right now, there's not a Darkstalkers and a Golden Axe like Dynamo Deluxe, right? Those are calves I don't want to get rid of, but maybe they do have to live in harmony, right? And I have to understand that maybe I line the outside with XLs and I do the Deluxes in the middle and we're expanding. Zeke, if you're still here, I need to know when you're coming. I got to shoot up a text because we got Pac-Man XL. Oh my God. I can't believe he went to go get that. It was like an hour and a half from him. I messaged him and I said, hey, how far is this town from you? He's like an hour and 30. I said, oh, never mind. You know, if it was like 20 minutes away, I'd be like, hey, can you do me a solid real quick? Unbelievable. Yeah, Kato, the Pac-Man XL CornerCade is next. I hope not. We want new titles, and it looks like that's what we're getting, and I'm very excited about that. I don't think, Vic Vish has asked this behind the scenes. Does the death of Hollywood Hulk Hogan have any effect on WrestleFest? I don't think it will. I think that's already done with and it's moving forward. And I don't think it would have had anything to do, maybe there'd be a slight hiccup, but I think it's already moved on and in production. That's my thought, though. Who knows? I mean, again, have to leave a comment in this video as we're done with this live stream here. We went an hour and 30, guys. This is an unbelievable show. I did not think we were going to be bringing a little bit of breaking news to you, but I'm glad we were able to kind of calm the waves a little bit as far as Iconic Arcade goes. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to start to see some news and information come through the ports. This was the month, guys, that I'm saying. So we're like 3 days away here from August, and we're going to really start to see things come to fruition. So it's going to be good, guys. It's going to be good. Nobody freak out. Stupid Fab, it says, before we get all the rehashes in different formats, new licensing is the key. They need to release reasonable releases like Qbert, Robotron, Smash TV, Spy Hunter, any of those popular games without the IP. So you're not wrong. Anybody would love to see this stuff. I think companies want to build something first. So that's why you saw like Iconic Arcade go after Street Fighter. They got to build some stake and some equity. So John D can say, hey, look what we did. We sold these amount of cabs and we want to do this title now, right? But if you came out of the gate with said unknown title, like, I don't know, a stand-up Spy Hunter, right? And they got, even though it's cool, I buy one, we all buy one, right? But it doesn't do as well in the masses. You can't really go to somebody and say, hey, look, can I get more money for another one? It's like, you're going to have those ups and downs, but you got to start on a positive note. You got to really knock it. First impressions are everything, right? Like that's kind of what this is, right? I love that Basic Fun is just saying, F it, let's go 10 deep and we're going to do all the cabinets, right? That's going to be really cool. Paul was saying he wants a new IP, but he also wants an MKXL and a Star Wars XL and etc. I can't agree with you more, man. We said it on the show that yes, this is the direction for sure. But it shows all in all, good news, generally speaking, that Peanut Butter and Jelly has hit us up with. Hopefully some of these titles will become a reality, and I definitely think they will be. And it's going to be cool because we're going to be seeing them. They're coming, guys. They're coming. Get excited. Save your money, baby. We're back. Home Arcade is back. We're excited. We're ready to roll. I can't play the soundboard because this is all jank now. It literally froze like in the middle. I wish you guys could see this. So I can only do the super chat sounders. It would be funny if I couldn't end the stream. But it's weird because I can do that, but I can do it on the other. Oh, wait a second. No, I was going to try to fix it. Sorry that I'm talking out loud. This is bad radio right here. You can't really see what I'm showing, but hopefully this will readjust itself when we end the stream here. But guys, I appreciate you. Did you got anything else to wrap up the show? Because we are out of here, guys. We had an awesome show. Paul, you got to come back. That was fun banter we had. Yeah, I don't think I think I covered everything, right? I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover tonight. So I think we can skedaddle, guys. I appreciate the support. The super chats are going crazy. I love Tuesdays. Tuesdays is just such a hype train, right? Love going live with you guys. Appreciate it, Danny. Anytime, Paul. Multi-Cape Mindeman. Thank you so much, man, for sharing that information. This is cool stuff, good stuff to know at the end of the day. Very excited. All in all, we didn't even really talk about Unico, which their prices are a little bit, man, over $1,000. I got to see something at IAPA. Maybe that'll change my mind. But they're, you know, in November, this is going to be rock and rolling. It's going to be a continuation, guys. It's going to be a continuation from what's happening to Christmas. It's going to roll over in 2026. So we're going to have a good gap, guys, of 4 to 6 months of shit getting real, essentially, and new products and exciting stuff happening and people wanting to buy stuff and going crazy, reviews up the wazoo. It's really going to spike up. So we'll see. Go play your arcades and have some fun, like Israel Gaming says. 100%, man. Appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm glad I could bring the hype, but you guys kept it rolling. And I can't play a soundboard, unfortunately. But you guys kept it rolling. Super chatting, getting loud in the chat. Thank you to all who donated to the channel. Thank you all to support the channel in the comment section, guys. That's the biggest one. And before we get out of here, I got to see the top contributors tonight because I forgot to do that last show. I got to get used to this. But coming in at that #1 spot, Bill Kirby, B. Kirby, the Chicago arcade guy. Unbelievable, dude. Vic Vicious coming in at #2. And we had Hauntcade finishing out at #3. Zeke, yeah, you were outside the bubble. You finished. Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, finished 4th. I'm sorry, buddy. You finished 4th. Guys, I love chilling and chatting with you on a Tuesday. And if anything breaks, guys, if anything goes crazy and haywire, you bet your sweet Aiken Panashkis will be going live and talking about it for you guys. Richardello, you're late to the party, but thank you for being here. You can always catch us on the replay. Many people do. I know there's a lot that goes on a Tuesday night, and not everybody can hang with us, so totally understand that. But guys, oh wait, Chris, you got a tsunami warning? Jesus, get to cover immediately. That is not something you want to be messing around with, Chris. Be safe, my guy. Like Jason's saying, be safe, guys. We're gonna get out of here. I could chat all night with you guys. I could chill and chat all night with you guys. I love each and every one of you guys. I hope that this was a structured show, that you got something out of this. I think we recapped everything is good. I didn't miss anything, right, Paul? We recapped it, everything that we were talking about tonight. Long and short, stuff's coming. Arcades are coming, and it's all been confirmed. And orders have been placed, and this is exciting. Now we just need to get that Double Dragon. I told you guys that was coming. I told you. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm telling you, Double Dragon's coming, guys, and I'm excited. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Chat, let me know in the comment section below. Are you excited? Are you hyped? Give me your thoughts, feedbacks, and all your reactions and all your fun stuff. Okay, look, I covered it all. Good. We're good. Got it. Got it. The dam is about to break, guys. Let's go. Thank you so much, man. Be safe on the West Coast out there. Get to cover. We're going to sign out of here so you can go ahead and do that, guys. Give this video a like on your way out. Guys, as always, this is Danny from the CornerCade. And, guys, we will see you all in the next one. So let's go.